Hello and a warm welcome to each and every one of you, especially to those of you who are regularly watching these videos. I'm very grateful for your following, and also to those of you who are new and have not come across my my videos before. You are also most welcome. And just a quick announcement to say that I'm very grateful for the donations, and I'd like to thank those that have actually donated. Details are on the below the video, and I'm terribly grateful because it helps me to keep things moving, to keep this channel afloat. Also, they're just saying to begin, we're going to go straight into the cards again and see what they're going to bring. I'm aware that there's a change on energy since yesterday. Yesterday morning was particularly heavy. And we're now going into, they're talking about being belittled. And I don't know quite where this is coming from. I will just deliver as it's coming through. Some people feel as though they are acting out in their daily lives a feeling of being belittled. It's not. It's below the level that they feel as though they should be operating at, and yet we only have delivered to us exactly what it is that we have not yet dealt with, or what we have set within our mind. And if we feel as though stuff, events, things, people are showing up in our lives, your lives, that you feel is not worthy of you, rather than sinking down into the lower energies and respond as in, this is not right, I stand for my rights and all this, that and the other. What you're actually doing is you're saying to the universe, that is the level that I want to operate at. Now, we are going through a huge shift, and by the end of this year, even before the end of this year, as we come out of the eclipses, what is happening is we are being tested by those little irritations of people, places, whatever it is, and rather than feeding it again by sort of demanding justice or this because of an inslight or something, what they're actually saying is the fact that you need to move into the higher aspect of this and say, okay, we're in a world, I do not like the actions of another person, and is it the universe that is nudging us to move away from either the person or the place or the group that is causing this problem in the first place? Because you have grown and your environment has not, the people around you have not grown. And if you are still hanging on, the universe will say to yourself, to your future, what they bring into you is more the same. More of these annoying little petty arguments, and which in the scheme of things doesn't matter. It's taking your focus away from the true power of who you are and sucking you back down into the 3D level of retaliation, my rights, might is right, and all this, rather than just saying, okay, let's step back from this, we will fill ourselves with love. I am being surrounded by a certain set of circumstances. Is it time to move? Is it time to be somewhere else so that I can show the full power of me, not the lower entity of being getting into arguments and disagreements because another person is not, or a group of people is not behaving as you yourself would consider it proper to do so. So it's the universe it's saying you have two options. Either you engage and the universe will bring you more, or you disengage and think, oh gosh, not so good, and look to where your heart is taking you next. For myself, this is a total move, a moving of the area that I'm in. And as we speak day by day, I have been guided to pack. I do not have a place to move to yet. I have an inkling where that may be, but it's we're still in lockdown here, so there's nothing more one can do than to understand and test the waters to see whether that is where I'm meant to be. If it doesn't materialize, it's obviously somewhere else I am meant to be at, and I am giving away to my soul the direction as to where I need to go. And this is a very, very powerful moment, because if you engage in the pettiness that's going on around you, which is so easily done, this is being a coward to facing up to who you really are, and you will remain there. You will remain there. Once we've got this next scenario that's come in, if you have not moved, you will not be moving. You have missed the boat. So it's imperative to put aside what's going around in your area, and if it needs to be a clean slate, and move to a new place, new people, maybe a new job, it doesn't matter, whichever, there's many different aspects. That is what needs to be done. But from a place of love, always from the place of love, and do not get sucked in, because that is what the energies want to feed on fear. And if they think that they can press any buttons or trigger you, even it may be petty, they have done their job. You have not risen above the pettiness of what's going on in the world. You are not going to be one that's going to be moving into a place more beneficial to where you are vibrating at, because you have given away by stepping down into the old energies. This is a very crucial time. Which side of the fence? And quite often we need to withdraw and reassess what is actually happening, what is annoying us, and just look on it. Oh, it's my soul sending me these very uncomfortable scenarios to get me out of my comfort zone and to move, change, be the person who I am meant to be, not the person who society wants me to be. Two different scenarios. Right. Ooh, I think we're going. We already have cards being thrown at us. We will put those aside and we will start with the first three that's come out. 52, which is 7. And 7 can often bring in confusion, decisions, what to do, where to go. Always make sure that you do everything from the heart. Don't leap into a scenario and then think afterwards. It's not a question of action first, think afterwards. A little bit of time spent within the heart to see what is beneficial for you, where you need to go forward to. And you have your own map, your soul has your own map as to where you are going. You may not be privy to that within the earthly body, but your soul knows what is happening and where you are going. You have a divine plan that you made with your soul. Your soul has the map. You've come into this earthly body. Make your soul your best friend. And then between you, you know that you are on the right path to the heart of where you are meant to be and who you are meant to be. Shift. it is a time to shift, to make sure that you are on your own pathway of discovering of you. In other words, that your compass in your inner scenario is pointing true north. That is where you are heading, not the north of somebody else. Now, we've spoken this before. It seems to be all week, so please do look back over these cards, because this reading extends over the 5 days, and we're still talking about using the compass to harmonize with your soul to find your true north. All major decisions and minor ones would be beneficial for you by being within the heart center and knowing how to react and where to go, and not to be constantly pulled off track. This is a very testing time, more so than it's ever been in the lifetime of humans on this planet. We have everything to play for. We have come in to be powerful at the invite of Mother Earth herself. Be who you truly are. Being part of society no longer works for you. And that doesn't mean to say that you've got to go and protest or take sides or whatever. No, you work from your heart center with your soul, doing exactly what it is you came here to do, to be creative in whatever form that takes. And you should be on your path of your own personal creativity to be able to go forward in the journey of where you are at. And we'll carry on with the next one. And we have 51. And it comes down to a 6. And this one's moonlight. And the moon energies seem to be very powerful at the moment with these eclipses that we are going to. We're coming up to the third and final one for this group. And what we are looking at here is 52. We've gone backwards, is what they're telling me, to 51. It's a backward step. And with the moonlight, it's often very wise to step back, because often you do not have the full picture. In fact, within a physical body, you do not have the full picture. Your soul does. And be in harmony with your soul. We have a little owl here, which speaks of the wisdom gained by stepping back and analysing, going back over old ground, looking where you are. And we have these 7 planets that have gone and are going into retrograde. And this is powerful times to make sure that every leg of our journey is on the right path. And over the year of 2020, what is going to happen is the 7 retrogrades that we are going to go through. You have the time to step back and see the wisdom that each one will offer you, because they each offer something different, a revisiting, a reviewing as to how you behaved and were within the old system in the Piscean area, where your true north was deliberately taken off course. You can now reset your true north and then look at every area in your life as to where you have gone off north, your true north, whether you have been pulled away in order to be able to provide fear, because fear is the fodder of what we offer to feed what the entities that are herding us here on the earth plane. Time to go and to face your true north and have the courage not just to know, but to actually implement it. And we'll go on to the next one. And we have the sacred pool again. This one, I believe, has come out several times. And it's always good that when you're looking at the seven and where you are going, your direction, and we have the moonlights where you are stepping back to be able to wait for your wisdom to catch up with where you are and to bring you new wisdom that's been hidden behind the veil, that's not been shown to you. The sacred pool is a great place to go in order to be able to reassess this. And this can often be taking time out to take a nice bath, scented candles, a little bit of relaxing music, to step out into nature and go and talk to a tree. They're always very, very good. They're the elders, and they have a method of grounding, although for you to ground with Mother Earth, to go through your heart centre straight into Mother Earth's heart centre, and not go the route that is the what they call the chakra system, which will not benefit you when you are moving on to the seventh dimension. It's fine if you're in the lower dimensions, but further on up, you will find that you will need to heal the splitting of the soul, which caused the seven chakras, or in the Revelations of the Bible, the opening of the seven seals. It's all the same thing. It's an inner journey on how do you step away from being herded into this antagonistic, two-sided way, which is prevalent at the moment in this world. Divide and conquer. And we'll go on to the next one, and this one keeps appearing. And this is 2, and this is Gentle Gardener. And we've spoken of the cuckoo in the mists. And that is because you were not in your true north. You need to go back to your map today and all days and look at your map and to see whether it has been taken out of alignment to where you are truly going. And so your 7 aspects of your journey with the 7 planetary, half of them are social, half of them are personal, for those who are astrologers. I am not. And we will look at each aspect, and each aspect will need to be planted within your garden of seeds, of intentions for growing. And as we watch over our seeds, it is imperative to keep going back into your heart center to link with your soul, to make sure that your map is the right one and you have not planted and invited cuckoos to come into your nest, your thinking. It's one that we need to be on our guard constantly, because they slip in. And this is another one. I've thoroughly shuffled these cards several times since yesterday, and we again come back to the 8, and this is the coming together. And this is the Venus having done the work of going retrograde, and then is going forward, but she's still in the same sign, from what I have been told, of Gemini, which is the twins, the 2 halves of the self. And the coming together, now stepping out into the world. We have the stork here, which is the bringing a new birth. And when you step out into the new world, such as you are doing now, recognize what is being sent to you. Have you done the work? Have you the wisdom to make sure that you're on point with your soul? This is imperative, because unless you are in harmony each with yourself within, and we can also look at the earthly body with the soul, what it is saying here is the fact that there is a crown that is crowning you in the sense of you're being sovereign. Are you a sovereignty, a being of absolute royal self, of mastery of all the areas within your life? Or do you need to revisit, and you have time over this year because the retrogrades will go on all year, is there an area that you have not earned your crown in, and that the universe is going to bring it back to you for you to revisit? And in the past you may have been prodded, but this time they're going to throw the book at you. Tower moments, if you do not listen, to ensure that you move, you get your act together. There's no being in the comfort zone. This is not meant to be a comfortable journey. If it's a comfortable journey, you are not rising in your true pathway to achieve the beauty of who you truly are. And we'll go on to the next one. And we have 28, which comes to a 10. And although some people say that 10 is the completion, it is not the completion. It's 13 because you do not have the capstone. You need the capstone, which is the 13th level, 13th number. And we have here movement. And we have everything that you need with you so that you can move forward. You do not need to take anybody or anything else other than yourself and your wisdom that you have with you, that you have earned through your looking at the 7 areas of the planetary lives. There are much more, but this is just simplified. And you have brought them into the harmony, into the one. And this is the rebuilding of all the chakras so that they come into the one within the heart center. And we are looking at the scenario of the Harry Potter books, which is a good lesson of the fact that if you, like Lord Voldemort, the Dark Lord, to be able to live forever, he was looking at splitting his soul 7 times, which also equates to the 7 chakras. However, to his downfall, he found that it did not work. He was not the person that he could have become if he'd been more true to his true north. We will carry on, and again we have the deep freeze. And we're going backwards because there's a 26, which is an 8, and we have sandwiched 8 and 8. And you're at the point in your life as to whether you are going to, on the precipient, can't quite get the word they're trying to say, on the edge, on the cliff edge, that's the word, on the cliff edge of where you are heading for. And the question is, either you will be frozen there through inactivity, through lack of courage, through being too comfortable within your zone, and in doing so you will just freeze. Because winter is upon this planet, and I'm not saying that we're about to go into a shutdown ice age, but winter is going to bring the scenario of the lack. Rather than taking the movement, rising above and following your map to where it is that you are now meant to be at. And we will take the last and final card. And this is a 14, which comes down to a 5. And this is ride the wave. We have a big, I call it a tsunami. It's not a physical tsunami, but it may well be, but most likely not. We have a movement that is going to ripple around the planet. This is possibly going to be the next event. We do not know what the agenda is to pull humanity away from their true north. It has been planned, it has been engineered in the old dream, but is not part of the ancient dreaming, which is where we need to go back into restoring things through the ancient dreaming. However, there are scenarios coming on this planet that is still part of the old dream playing out, because they're getting to the end of where they are at. And they know that time is very, very limited, that they need to harness the whole of humanity to keep them into fear. And this is not so, because as sentient beings, you have the ability to ride the wave no matter what comes. Do not get stuck and feel immobilized and fear and give your power away. Be ready to move, to ride the wave, what's about to hit this planet. And I'm not saying it's going to happen today or tomorrow, but I would imagine they're saying that possibly it's going to come within this year. We do not know the exact timing. We will leave that at that, and we will go over to the divine doors. I never know what's going to come out each day. I just trust and deliver. That is my role. We've got a couple. Is that going to be it? Ooh, there's another one. Oh, they said to take that one. Okay. We have our cards. We will start and work in this order. And we have the doorways and what lies beyond the doorways. And the first thing I see here that I'm being pulled to is these great chains that are stopping the door from opening into your inner heart. There is obviously a blockage that you need to look at to be able to release these chains that is linked into your heart center and pulling you off your proper journey of your true north. You have stuff to deal with in whatever form that is going to take in order for you to be able to go forward. You may or may not know it, but by sitting in the heart center and aligning with your soul, and these irritations that is being sent and really the agenda being pushed of taking sides, petty arguments, what is going on. It takes two to create an argument that's going to lead to a deeper, darker way of sucking the fear energies out from both sides. If you do not engage, you are not adding fuel to the fire. Bless the situation within your heart from the universe and saying thank you very much, but that is not for me. And then the universe will get the picture. And you can change what's going on in the bigger world because you did not take the bait. This is bait that they're trying to bait you, like dog baiting, one against the other, because there is a higher agenda that's trying to, or a darker agenda that's trying to control you in this scenario. Do not take the bait. That is the message at the moment. Intuition. Simple, complex, words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way it feels. And this is, we are looking at the heart. We have the heart of the map. This is what it actually all boils down to. Words of pain or words that heal. What are you giving when you look at the scenarios of your baiting? Walk away and just bless the situation and it will heal. Or if you choose the other scenario of retaliating or picking sides, then you are increasing the pain on both sides. And the next one, we are in a beautiful garden that's overlooking fantastic woodlands. And this is green, which is representing the heart centre. We are looking at the green within the heart centre. The heart centre has both the pink energies and the green energies. It's a duality. And we are looking at being within an earthly body, within a beautiful aspect of Mother Earth. This is how Mother Earth should be, full of green. And we have the old structures, which is slowly being covered by the new growth of the higher vibration. And this is you adding your growth so that the old will gradually fade and be seen and experienced no longer. It is entirely up to you how you react as to how Mother Earth can restructure and regrow. That's all it takes. Watching every word, every thought that you actually have. And ask yourself, am I adding fuel to the fire? Am I being sucked into an argument that can literally go and expand beyond all recognition? Or am I taking the higher road? Some people refer to the higher or the more pure road of saying, okay, I can see where this is leading to you. I do not give my power away. I will not be part of this. And then the world will change. 3 of Cups. A toast to friendship in the afternoon sun. 3 cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. Celebration is near. We are just at the final tests to see where we are going to go, ready to move. It's all down to you, whichever road you take. And again, we have the Tibetan entrance into the mountains, a passageway through. And this is very high altitude. And here we're looking at the mind. How does the mind sit within your earthly body? It's the division of your earthly body and your soul. There are the odd clouds on the horizon. And what is this saying? This is saying that there are going to be more areas of moonlight where you will not see with clarity. And the only way to go through is to be with your inner soul guidance, with your map. A distant kiss in a prayer flag. I wish of all wishes that you are here. Through sunlight and rain, I need you near. And it speaks of your soul. And yet you cannot go anywhere without your soul. Even though you may not see or feel your soul is with you every step of the way. And the last one I was told to take was the one off the top. And we have here a sunset. So it's like morning through to night. And we are going through this journey together. We are looking to find the light within, the purity of the sunlight within our soul. This is our soul. You are sunlight. And this here is the sunset. So we are coming full circle. Time here turns to release and unfurl. Old cords of pain fade as sunlight burns. Pass this card on is what it actually says. So by being the sun within, at the end of the day, and also at the morning, at the beginning of the day, you, by holding your connection throughout the day, is holding your true sunlight reflecting out into the world. Others can see your soul through you being in total harmony and being love within the core of your being. I will lead that reading for you today and that channeling, and I hope that it has been of benefit to you. And we will see where this is going. This may not be for everybody because it is a divine collective reading. But if you can take anything, whether it's just a small word or sentence here or not, absolutely my pleasure. If it's not for you, then it is for somebody else. And may you have a fantastic day. And may your heart star shine brightly.